No, you are not seeing things. We are actually live here on a Sunday, which we haven't done one for ever.
No, I don't think we have.
No, I don't think we have. I can't think if we have or not.
No, definitely not.
No,
Not
not,
since I remember. My memory's short.
no, not at all. Not at all. But yeah, obviously we're talking about the fallout from obviously the WWE Elimination Chamber. This is the one where we all basically watched it, Annie, you, myself, obviously you, and obviously James.
Yep, it was good fun to just like chat back and forth around it.
Yeah, we've got banter and stuff like that. So yeah, let's obviously talk about that. But first, as always, we've got a little intro to play. Here we go. I do actually wonder now how many people are going to actually, tune.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Well, Tiffany's here, so we've got one.
Let's go. It's me, it's a Mario.
Dear Haney, as always, mate. How are we doing, bud?
I'm all right. I'm doing good. I
Good,
think.
good. Did you manage to actually survive the whole night? I was just from Elimination Chamber because I absolutely was absolutely broken come 3:30.
Yeah, I was done in. I was like, oh, fall asleep. I was going to try and watch the press conference, and then I forgot they don't do a press conference anymore.
I thought they did. I'm sure they did.
But they do like an after show thing. Um, what was it? It's all very weird, you know. But yeah, they did something afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, we've got obviously tons of stuff to talk about, man. I mean, what did you think to the show overall?
It was a good show. It was a good solid show. Um, it's good to finally have wrestling where they don't have like 600 million wrestling matches on a pay per view, and you feel like it's sort of like done in by halfway through it.
Tiffany said it were an A-star. I mean, I thought it was obviously a solid one. There's obviously one match which I wasn't a big fan of, but I'm
Yeah,
not knocking them as performers. I felt like it was just on the pay-per-view because of just being on the pay-per-view.
that's not nice talking about Sammy and Kevin Owens like that. It was at Liam. Come on, be
I was talking
nice.
about the Women's Elimination Chamber, actually. Dear. But no, it was actually really nice. You know what I mean? Obviously, we all watched it and stuff, obviously in the chat and stuff. And it was just nice, backwards and forward and stuff. And this is the second one, obviously, on Netflix. And I've got to be honest, I'm liking the production value.
Yeah, it's good. It's very a lot more convenient to watch as well. You know.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, it reminds me of what I used to do when I was younger, watching it on like Sky Sports and stuff.
Yeah, just with a big bag of Doritos and can of pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Them were the days. Did you have a routine back in the day? Mine's where, what was it? Mine's where, what was it? I say a can. It was like a big bottle of Iron Brew, Doritos, and a big salsa dip. That was my thing. I mean, obviously got a little pick and mix as well going. What was it? But that was my like. Always had to have that.
Mine
That
was
was my
that. Yeah, mine was the Doritos thing, definitely.
yeah. Them were the days.
Those were the days and stuff like that. So,
Those were the days.
but yeah, I mean, solid show and stuff like that. So we've got obviously tons of stuff to talk about. So let's go obviously do the match breakdown. First match obviously was the Women's Elimination Chamber: Roxanne Perez, Bayley, Naomi versus Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, Henny. Did you expect the elimination to start exactly how it did?
No, I was expecting Jade to turn up, but I didn't expect her to come out and beat the shit out of Naomi. You know?
Yeah, essentially, that's. Do you know what I mean? Even I was like, what the hell? We're starting off with a bang. And
Yeah.
when she destroyed her, she absolutely destroyed her.
I still don't think she did it though. I think it was Bianca because the way Naomi doesn't react, Naomi doesn't flinch, whereas Bianca starts panicking in the cage.
She didn't panic. She was absolutely hysteric, let's be honest.
Yes, so definitely.
Yeah, and the main thing is obviously that she got eliminated and stuff like that. But what did you think to the match itself?
The match was all right. There was nothing memorable about it, you know. What was it? There was nothing standout-ish about the match. It was a solid match. Um, Solid match, good fun. But there was some nice elements to it. It's obviously like Liv's like not the greatest of wrestlers, but she's amazing at what she does, telling a story with her facial expressions and but it was and things like that. Alexa's just Alexa, you know. She's something special now. She's almost like that special attraction now for the women.
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? Was surprised. What was it? Roxanne went out. I thought she might win it. I think I mean, she's definitely going to be a top star. Obviously, we lost Naomi pretty quickly. She didn't even get to participate in the match. Liv, am I missing in? Who am I missing?
Bailey.
Bailey, yeah. Poor Bailey. Bailey's always last.
Well, not really, because I think. Well, I nearly said Roxanne Perez got eliminated first, but technically it was Naomi.
Yeah, it was technically Naomi. Yeah.
One of the biggest spots I like was when BLA whipped Alexa Bliss with her hair.
Yeah, that was pretty cool with the hair.
Right, Bruce.
Yeah, I was like, right, whip it good.
But then you saw didn't she start bleeding? I mean, how her hair is lethal.
I know, I look lethal. You know, and the noise it makes as well is pretty cool.
Like, it's like, ooh.
Yes.
Even I like, wow, and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, in storylines terms, obviously Belair winning and stuff like that. Was it a good move all round?
It didn't really fit what's going on in the bigger picture. But none of the women they all had like a lot of stories going, but none of them really had anything with Rhea. Of course, we didn't really want what was it, Rhea and Liv like version 658. You know, we've seen it to death
Yeah.
over the last little while. So I mean, I know what was it, like Bianca's been there as well, but at least it's sort of different from what we've been getting.
Yeah, and the good thing is as well is like it was like, yeah, we didn't want to see Liv versus Rhea for the whatever how many times it is.
Yep. I mean, we're assuming it is Rhea because obviously she's got that match, but let's be honest, she's not losing that belt before WrestleMania unless
No, I
something
mean,
happens.
I was trying to work out why Io Sky was actually involved, but then is it like she got the title match tomorrow?
Yeah, that's like, you know, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Like
How would you? Sorry,
just
go on.
set it. I'm saying like just set it, just make it the match. You know.
Yeah, it's just WWE though. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. If you could rate this, we're not doing Meltzer's 5-star type thing, but how would you rate the match?
I would probably give it a what was it? Try to think. It's a good question.
I go down the middle. I go 2.5, 3, pushing it.
So, yeah, I would say about 3. Yeah, I would say about 3.
Do you know what I mean? That's probably the really, interesting thing and stuff like that. But yeah, 3 stars. Agreeance?
Yep, 3's good.
Yeah, of course. Next up we've got is now I need to remember the order about this was the tag match, Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Candice LeRae and Naomi Jax.
Yep.
Like I said, I mean, I'm not against obviously women's wrestling and stuff like that, but did this really need to be on the Elimination Chamber?
No, it was dreadful. It didn't make
You
any
reckon?
sense. Well, it was all right. There was nothing standout-ish about it.
Yeah, there's not something where you can go back going, I remember that spot, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Some were saying, well, Tiff wanted to work with the thing when she was sort of idolising. It's like, yeah, at the expense of what? You could have had a sort of an intercontinental championship match in there for the women, or the US championship there for the women. I mean, Chelsea's Canadian after all, you know, so you could have had her out there. But no, they went with this. because
Yeah.
Trish wanted another match until Toronto.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point, right? It was actually on the card, but I don't know.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was. I mean, let's be honest. Tiff's a superstar, So what they do with her in the future is going to be awesome. But yeah, it was just a match to roll out what was it, a Hall of Famer.
yeah. Could we rate it? Because I know we don't want to spend too much time on this because we've obviously got a lot more to
Yeah, I'd
discuss.
say 2.5.
Yeah, I'd say about 2.5, and stuff like that. Yeah, is that fair?
Yep, that's fair.
Tiffany said Trish kids watched her wrestle for this first time ever. So yeah, I mean, we're not against stuff like that.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of Trish or Lita, for that matter. I thought they were overrated.
You
You
just
know,
offended like loads of women, and especially when we do women's wrestling next week.
yeah, no, well, there is women that are really good. I mean, I enjoyed like Victoria and things like that. I thought Victoria was like much better than they two combined. But it's just like that's just my opinion. You
Yeah, yeah.
you had people like what was it, Victoria and Jazz and things like that who really were sort of awesome wrestlers.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from that. So, third match was obviously, of course, the unsanctioned match: Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. In it, I mean, the history between these two is absolutely immense. But this, for me, was my match of the night.
No, definitely. This was awesome. This was your biannual. Was it Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn Fallout? What was it? Like what was it? It's very. It's almost like what was it? A tradition. It's almost like the World Cup and the Olympics now. What was it? So within the next 2 years, we will have a reunion, and then Sammy will be the bad guy, and was it Kevin Owens will be the good guy, and I'm sure they'll have another match, where they hate each other forever until they make up again, Um, but yeah, these guys always put on something special when they fight each other. Really cool.
Did you notice that? I think it was Michael Cole who obviously like threw the name El Generico in as well.
Yeah, there was a few El Generico references. I thought maybe they're going to write out Sammy and bring back El Generico. And then I remembered that El Generico and Sammy aren't the same person. El Generico was retired in Mexico, running an orphanage.
Bloody hell, Annie, what you doing?
Oh, crying! I know how stupid of me to forget that. I mean, I don't know why I thought Sammy and El Generico were the same person, but clearly not.
Clearly not. Clearly not. But
Stupid
you got
me.
to feel for obviously Kevin Owens. I mean, he had the match with Cody Rhodes, which was brutal, by the way, at Royal Rumble. And then to put on this as well with Sammy and stuff like that, I mean, that is two pay-per-views with two brutal matches. That guy, do you know what I mean? He's put his body on the line.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back and watch like some of the sort of Ring of Honor stuff as well, though, when they were like, it was almost like Civil War stuff. It was beating the absolute crap at each other. What was it? They've been doing it for years, and because they're good friends, they're able to do it really well together.
Are you going to respond to that Tiffany comment?
What is the comment?
It's at the bottom of your screen.
Oh, yeah, Haney, he is. I was just about to mention it.
About Sammy and El Generico being the same person.
I don't know about that, Tiffany. Come on. I, yeah, I am. No, I'm not buying that. El Generico is a different person.
Are you sure, though?
Yeah. I mean,
Are you really
they don't even have the same beard color. Sammy's beard's a slightly different shade. Mm, mm,
Tiffany says they aren't the same person. She's proper like digging at you here.
yeah, we will see. We will see.
Yeah, and stuff like that. This for me was one of those matches as well, which I couldn't pick a winner.
Yeah, I don't think it mattered who really won, because they're going to have a match at WrestleMania. What was it? What was it? I'm sure. So yeah.
I guess, but the thing is now they've had unsanctioned. What's higher than that? What? How can they obviously? What's the next step?
They can have an unsanctioned match.
What the fuck is that?
It's a match where you sanction an unsanctioned match and then unsanction it even more.
You might as well just not have no ref. You might as well just beat the shit out of each other, which is essentially what they did
Yeah.
anyway. To be honest.
Yes. This match is unsanctioned, so the referee's not going to wear a referee top, but he's still going to referee it. Well, yeah. Technically, he should still wear a referee top if he's been official. I mean, let's be professional here. You know, this is like this is not like no shoddy indie promotion. If you're a referee, you should wear your referee shirt,
So
regardless.
we've had referees on before, and they say the same thing all the time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. If I was running a wrestling company, I would totally book my referees as being legit. And if they see something, if they if they see something in their peripheral vision that what was it looks off or looks like a cheating, I would want them to call the match legit, almost like a shoot work, you know. What was
Yeah,
it called? Because what was it? They really are. The referees are so important to wrestling matches now, and we've got so many doofus referees now because they don't know how to wrestle or a story tell. I don't mean that with the UK guys or anything. I think the guys in the UK are awesome. Like anything else, our guys are the best. You know, I'm talking about some of the stupid stuff that goes on in EW and WWE with the referees, where they have selective eyesight, or they look at, particularly in the WWE, where there's a big fucking 500 feet screen in front of them, and they still don't see the guy running into the ring, he's smashing them over the head with a chair. I mean, come on.
yeah. I get where you're
I
coming from
think
and stuff.
I think WWE should get a Specsavers. What was the advert on that ring canvas? And then what was it? You could do like, oh my God, Charles Robinson missed that. And then what was it? Michael Colkin turns around and says, "Yeah, should have went to Specsavers."
Yeah, so obviously Kevin Owens got the win and stuff like that. Now the aftermath of this is it looked like Kevin Owens was going to absolute pile drive him obviously on the floor, which is of course we got to see the returning Randy Orton. And I've got to be honest, I've never been so frustrated when security stopped him from punting Kevin Owens.
Yeah, what's all that about? You know, they sat and like they basically like what was it? Sat and watched like Sammy and Kevin Owens beat each other to within an inch of their lives, and then when Randy came out, they split it up. I mean, it's still unsanctioned.
Yeah, exactly, and stuff like that. So do we think? Well, where does Randy Orton play in obviously this feud? If you're saying that Kevin Owens and Sammy's going to have a match at WrestleMania, where does Randy Orton play in this then?
That's a good question. You could probably say it's one of the two. Probably is. Now you say it's probably going to be Randy Kevin Owens, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the odds on, to be honest. Or it could be Randy Orton versus KO and possibly Sammy returns at Mania.
Yeah, I mean that would be very interesting because obviously, what was it? What was it? This. I mean, I'm purely speculating just now. This time, what was it? The last few years, Sammy's been really hectic, but obviously, quite an important time of the year for people like Sammy because I think Ramadan's on and things like that. You know, so maybe you'll want to have a time off to be able to sort of what was it? Be with his family. You know, but was it?
Mm-hmm.
So write him out for a couple of weeks and allow him to go do that. You know, I mean, I'm just purely speculating. I know these things are very important to people like Sammy. So, and I know the last couple of years he's had a big sort of run to WrestleMania. So,
Mm.
um, what was it called? I'm sure. What was it? Whenever he does turn back up, you know, I'll be good.
Yeah, definitely interesting. So we've obviously following suit. I mean, do we give this a full 5 because it was absolutely brutal?
I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10.
5 out. Yeah. So it's half. So it's half a good match.
No,
Is that what you're
giving us
saying?
five, giving us 5 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah. 5 out of 5. I think. Yeah. I think we're all agreeing on that. So obviously, now the interesting thing was, I thought it was going to be the segment, obviously first before the men's, obviously elimination chamber match, but it was the other way around.
Yep. Nobody likes nobody likes a person that says "I told you so." So I want to tell you that I told you so.
Yes, I needed tell us so. But yeah, of course, the next thing was the elimination chamber match for the men's side: Damian Priest versus Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre versus John Cena versus CM Punk. We said it obviously on the pre-show and stuff like that. I mean, there's so many storylines just in these 6 alone.
Yep, and it could have went any way. You had what was it? What was it? Logan Paul antagonizing people, coming out with the American flag. What was it? He's obviously took pot shots at many of the wrestlers, so particularly CM Punk. So you had that. You had Drew when he went in. Went right up to Punk's sort of, because Punk was in the sort of what was it? One of the sort of, what was it? Isolation parts. The cells that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? And went straight to Punk. You had Seth Rollins. What was it called? You obviously had Cena. What was it? And there was just like so many intertwining storylines here. I could have went many ways. Cena's got history with Punk. What was it?
Punk can't
Drew's
stand
got,
Seth.
yeah. Sorry.
Punk can't stand Seth.
Yep. Drew's just a typical
Scotsman.
whingy, angry at the world Scotsman. He even hates the green shirt guy in the front row.
That guy fucking gets everywhere.
Yeah, to be fair, I would hate him too, wearing green, you know.
I'd love to get him on the show just to see, because like I said, I think he's been at every single show we see.
Yeah. He's always there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's true wrestling fan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But what do you think of this match overall?
Maybe he's a secret agent. Maybe he's a secret agent. Maybe he works for the WWE. Maybe he's got some secret role.
Maybe he's a plant.
Maybe he's a no. What was it? He doesn't look like a conifer to me.
I didn't mean it like that, you tit. I meant a plant as in like, do you know, like when they just plant people like in like the spots and stuff?
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. But yeah, what do you think of this match?
Yeah, the match was pretty solid. Lots happening. It's like, what's the ways of continuing the stories? Like what was it? Obviously, how with what was it? It all sort of fell in place with the eliminations, so it was really cool.
Yeah, and of course we know that obviously Cena won and stuff like that. Was this predictable?
Well, I don't like it. I don't like being I told you so, but I told you so. So I told you what I predicted was going to happen. So, um, you know, I I think what was it? I won't go into details because that's not nice. But there's lots of little hints that have been happening over the last few months. You know, with Cena. What I will say is I couldn't understand couldn't decipher the gibberish that the Rock was talking about 2 weeks ago. So I don't know how that fits all into this.
Yeah.
But what was it called? It was even just the fact that he stole the win. What was it called? What was it? Seth crossed Punk his WrestleMania moment, and what was it called? And then Cena stole the win. So right there, right there for anybody that hadn't already sussed it out. That was the first incline that Cena was going to turn.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, before I was to talk about the segment thing you're on about there is, would you rate this? I'd rate this about 4.
Yeah, I'd give it a 4, 4.5.
Yeah, it's still a great match. Obviously, still not comes top. Obviously, the Sammy and KO match and stuff. So yeah, now we have to talk about this. I mean, it's been obviously absolutely covered to hell. Is the confrontation with Cody and The Rock? It's I still can't work out why Travis Scott was there, but you never know.
Well, I mean, he does the song for Raw.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big Hollywood guy. He's round the Rock, you know. I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be something like they'll bring back, but was it a Bad Bunny, so that they can do a tag team match between Cody and Bad Bunny versus Cena and Travis. You know,
Yeah,
who knows? Who knows what they're going to do with it? But that's my prediction. You
but
know.
yeah, I mean, this this segment as a whole. Do you know what I mean, to end obviously a pay per view and stuff like that is I don't know. I mean, at the time I was really confused, but we obviously got to see the biggest thing ever, which you called it, by the way, and I didn't believe it, and I do apologize for that. Was Cena finally turning heel? Which, if I remember rightly, that was the second time because he obviously turned heel in his original run.
Yeah, definitely. So that wasn't even the shocking thing. The shocking thing was that Cody going to Rock. Go fuck yourself, Rock.
As loud as well.
Yeah, and it wasn't even beeped. You know, it's like that was a cool moment. You know.
The crowd reaction though for that, obviously Cena turning
Yeah,
heel and stuff like that.
yeah.
It's just him smiling and that angry face. I'm just like, oh shit! I remember
Oh,
watching it going, and he was spot on.
yep. You didn't want me to be spot on. I,
I'm not.
I, I,
I'm not saying that.
I need to go back to see if you'd made any sort of gambling bets on what would happen if what was
No,
it
I
Cena did
didn't. I
turn
know
heel.
for a fact I did not. I'm not making that same mistake again.
What was it? But what was it? Yeah, um, yeah. When was that? When was that? That was at the beginning of the year, just after Cena's retirement. I started banging on about that, about Cena going heel.
Yes.
You know, right then and there, I sort of like maybe I was overthinking it. Maybe I just got lucky. Who knows? But it was there was a lot of things lining up to me thinking it was going to be a heel turn, and after the promo at the Royal Rumble, I definitely thought Cena was going to turn heel. I wasn't too sure if it was going to happen at WrestleMania or not. What was it called? And then obviously, what happened here? What happened, and we got sort of quite a significant moment in wrestling history.
Absolutely. I mean, and he absolutely beat him down to an absolute bloody pulp and stuff like that. It was definitely one of those things where you're like, oh my god. One of the biggest talking points, though, people are obviously talking about is it too late? Because obviously we know it's his last year.
No, it's never too late. You know, anybody that says it's too late, it's not paying attention to what they're doing. What was it called? You're all assuming the retirement thing now is legit as well. Maybe that's a whole lie. You know, it's like
Now, I think
you wanted me to retire. You know, what was it called? And what was it called? You were all happy about it. So screw you guys.
yeah, screw you guys. I'm going home, essentially.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Now, obviously, we talked about this morning, obviously, the night after and stuff like that. And you said that, and I have to agree with you, is when it comes to the promo side of this, Cody's going to have to be on his game because we know how good Cena is on the mic.
Yeah, you don't even need The Rock to be there, which is probably why one of the reasons why they wanted to do it with Cena. They've obviously known for months that Rock's not going to be able to wrestle at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he'll be there, but yeah, but was it Cena's going to absolutely smash Cody on the mic? And basically, if it's going to be unfiltered, what was it? it's as much as Cody's good at talking, it's not even going to be. Cody's a very much a sort of guy that can deliver a promo that he's workshopped and he's spent time building and creating a narrative around. We've never really, what was it, seen Cody shoot the shit, shall we say? Whereas, but was it Cena on the other hand, but was it this is the guy that can sort of, what was it, freestyle, and he'll just get tore to pieces if this goes the way I think it's going to go. Cena's just going to go full on in this, I think.
The weird thing is, as well, is I'm looking at obviously the comments from the YouTube video because people can go watch it on the WWE channel. Is first comment is Cena starts a Break a Wish Foundation.
Yeah,
I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, and then you've got poor R-Truth, who is one of, like, he's been a childhood, what was it, fan of Cena. He grew up loving Cena. And what was it, what Brandy posted about how much Cena sucks, and R-Truth says, let's not jump to conclusions just yet, I just, I would love now if, I think I joked about this, and what was it once, but how awesome it would be if it turned out that R-Truth's just a complete con, what was it, he flips the other way and becomes this sort of antagonist, sort of comedy, sort of, what was it, guy, I think he's going to be, I think R-Truth's going to get a kicking from, what was it, Cena? But was it pretty quickly, to sort of piss people off. But even just imagine R-Truth, it turns out that he's been at it all along and he's this super genius, and he's going to be one of the faction. Who knows?
Who knows? Remains to be seen. That obviously leads me to the final point to wrap up obviously just today's discussion. Where does obviously WWE go from this now? I mean, it's one of the biggest talking points. We've not seen it for obviously years to come and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where does WWE go from here?
Well, again, without trying to read into it too much, one of the things The Rock did is he held up two fingers. So he started off with 3 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now he's got 2.
Yeah.
Right. So Cena's one of them. What was it? So you can look at it both ways. Is it eliminating somebody? So what was it? One's gone. Which is Cody. He's been dealt with, or has he? What was it? Or you could look at it in the we've got Cena's been revealed. Well, so basically, if it was an attack thing, obviously, I think he would want to go after CM Punk, definitely.
Yeah.
What was it? And then finally, what was it? The last one would be Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I think Roman Reigns has got to be. I think he's going to be playing a big part of that.
So I think that's next year's WrestleMania. What was it called? And it'll be a year-long thing because I think Cody needs to lose that title. You need that chase to be back. What was it called? But it would mean an extended year of Cena being there as champion. Now we all know Cena's supposedly gone by December.
Yeah.
So it's all very interesting. How do you continue on that? It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it remains to obviously be seen and stuff like that. So one thing we do know, we're going to be watching Mania and stuff like that. So the build-up begins now. It's 48 days now, actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, who will survive? oh, WrestleMania.
So
do you not remember that song? Do you not remember this WrestleMania song?
I do not.
Oh my God! I'll need to send it to you after this.
It's too early. It's too late, Annie. I'm ready for bed.
Are you ready for the Survivor Series?
Okay, send it me after this show, yeah?
It's the one Simon Cowell did.
I'm going to end it on this, by the way. This is a nice little comment.
Yes.
There you go.
What's that? Oh my God! What was it?
Tiffany's comment at the bottom.
Did it for The Rock. Yeah. He's definitely, Cena definitely likes playing with The Rock's Fruity Pebbles.
And on that bombshell, Haney, I'm just going to roll the outro.